Hello, hello. I wanted to thank you for coming back. Welcome back. So I was having some tech problems, so instead of sulking over it, I am going to start all over on this video of what my products that I use more on a regular basis. Now, this is not going to be a sponsored video. This is literally stuff I have spent my own money on over the years, and I'm just going to share with you what I actually use on my hair on a regular basis because I get asked actually quite often, and it's so much easier for me to just share it with you in this video. So the main product that I use on a regular basis is, of course, the Curl Enhancing Smoothie. And that is because it's one of the first Shea Moisture products that I liked because it's a thick cream. It does seal the moisture in my hair quite well. And I finally figured out how to use it for my length hair. It needs to be completely saturated, dripping with water to absorb all of the moisture. Is going to take a while to dry for at least my hair because I think it's low porosity or high. I have to research which one it is. I did the test and I can't remember. But I like the way my hair feels once it does. But I'm able to distribute it better when it's completely saturated in water before I do so. If it's not, it's not going to evenly distribute because it is so thick, and you're going to see mats of hair where it's just completely missing product. So you don't want that. So that is my main staple. Something else I usually keep in my regimen, even though I'm not a fan of it because it is a milk, but it's the Curl and Style milk. I don't like how it feels per se, but it does what it's supposed to. So I do usually keep that in my little regimen here. This is actually the Curl and Shine conditioner. This is actually what I use on my son's hair. We have two different textures of hair, but it's still curly. His just isn't as tight of a curl, so I use this on his hair. It's very light. I don't use as much. I just maybe a pump, and that actually goes over his whole head because he's only 2. But I'm able to distribute this, and this is once a week, and I can still feel the moisture in his hair when it comes back time to wash his hair. As long as it doesn't get mud or sand or food in it, it's still moisturized. Something I need to add to my hair, and I'm sorry because it's kind of janky, but it's the dry oil mist. I like this for when I am trying to do something really quick, mostly on the hairline, but just something really quick just to kind of soften and have some sort of oil on my hair. I actually do have a homemade oil that will be coming up with the oil section, but that is something I like to keep in my regimen just as a backup because you have so many products in your hair, or so many products that you'd like to keep. That's one of them that I love. One that is actually kind of new within the last 6 months is, this is actually the empty one. I have the new one in my bathroom because I just used it. It's the Tangle and Condition Pre-Shampoo. This is a pre-poo. Basically, if you don't know what that is, for those of you that are new to understanding this regimen, this actually is a detangler. So what you do is you do this step before you comb through your hair. It helps give it plenty of slip. It's very slippery. You don't have to use that much of it. But it saves you so much time when you're in the shower trying to wash your hair. So this, I definitely recommend. I don't know where to get this in a store, but I do order on Amazon, and it comes in pretty quickly. So that is a must. Actually, let me separate that since that is another thing I like to have, because I do have a dandruff concern that I am working through, girl. But this is the elixir. It is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do it without the glare. It's the Dandruff and Dry Scalp Elixir. I'm trying to remember the results because I do deal with it quite on a regular basis, especially right here on my edges. I have been actually doing a lot more apple cider vinegar that I just recently researched that apple cider vinegar actually works as well for healing the dandruff. So this is something that I have tried in the past, and I decided to keep in my regimen. Okay, moving on. I don't use a lot of gels, but I do have gels because it's a necessity in a curly girl regimen. But you have to have the Eco Styling Gel. I actually went with the argan oil kind. Again, I don't use this very often, but you need it. If you decide that you wanted to do a twist out, of twists or braids or some sort of style, like protective style, this makes it so much easier. Something else I tried, mostly because it was on clearance, that is life for me, anything that saved me $1, is the anti-breakage firm hold gel cream. Not really a fan of this, but for like if you're doing like the wet look or whatever, this actually does do pretty good towards that. I just don't particularly like having so much weighed down, but if I'm trying to do like a bun or something like that, this actually does really good, and doesn't seem to like it contains the frizz. Let's just say it that way. I like big volume hair, so it doesn't do what I want it to do, but it works for what it's supposed to do. So anyway, that's usually stick with my products. Another thing is the Strength, Grow, and Restore Edge Treatment. This I use for edge control, because after having my son, I lost most of my edges, and this is what I use to bring them back. It really works well. It's kind of an odd texture. I'll open it. It's kind of congealed and broken up. It's kind of like, I don't know how to, you saw how that little piece, yeah, that's how it works. I just kind of use it like coconut oil when that's hardened. Just kind of put it in and rub it until it becomes an oil. But it works really well, especially if like you use a toothbrush and do it that way with your edges. So that works. And then the last thing in the product bin, because I didn't bring everything with me. Again, most of my stuff is in my, I have a couple things in my luggage. But I've been loving this. I have a couple of the Pearls brand, the blueberry and mint tea scalp treatment. I've been trying this as well because of my scalp having those issues, and it actually really feels really good, especially after a workout. So I'm going to move on really quickly to oils. I will come back with the other products that I do use that you've seen multiple times. Let me do shampoo real quick. The shampoo I use on a regular basis is actually with Melaleuca, surprisingly enough. That's the shampoo, and this is the conditioner. I like it because I had a I think I had a discount or something for it to try, and I love how big the bottles are. The shampoo, actually, this is only halfway, and I've gone through, this is the third conditioner that I've had to get. The conditioner I use a lot more because I do co-washes and things like that and moving in my hair, so I go through it a lot quicker, but I've had this now for over a year, and I've only gone halfway. That's amazing to me. So I'm obviously not using this much, and it's 32 fluid ounces, so it's not that much, but it's lasting a long time. So I do like it. It's very light on the hair. It doesn't strip, so that's nice. The other thing I do for shampoo wise is apple cider vinegar, just pure apple cider vinegar in a spray bottle. It's a must, especially now that I know that it actually heals your scalp and definitely helps towards dandruff. That is also, that's so wonderful for me, which is probably why I'm doing so good with it right now. And then it's great for cleaning your hair. If you haven't seen my apple cider vinegar on this video, I will try to link it below. Moving on to my, the angle. Moving on to my oils and tools. So I'm going to try to zip through this because this is actually the quickest part. Oils that I keep for, let me just go start here. So coconut oil, must have, and I'm very sensitive to it on my scalp, but as long as I'm not using it on my scalp and I'm just doing it on my hair and rinsing it completely out, it's actually not a problem. This is a really great tool for detangling. As you know, or as I have shared, I make my own oil mix, and I actually put mine in a spray bottle so I can just spritz my hair. This is EVOO, castor, tea tree, and then grapefruit and eucalyptus. I wrote it on there so I won't forget. So I usually keep those oils on me. So I have castor, I have avocado, I have a couple bottles of jojoba because I go through them so quickly. I have more almond oil. I have vitamin E. That's actually very helpful. And then grapeseed. I didn't really show you the label, but grapeseed. And more tea tree. That's actually in the wrong thing. I can't use that anymore. I won't show you that one. That's more castor. Okay, so those are all my oils. I generally keep those on hand so I can make my new oil whenever I'm out, or my husband's beard oil. If you'd like to see how I make that oil, I'll also link that in the description below. One oil that's already pre-made that I usually keep is actually again with Melaleuca that I order online. A friend actually gave this to me, but it is with that same line. It's pretty much just argan oil is the main ingredient, but I like it because it's lightweight, and I like that I know what the ingredients are. The other one I don't use as often anymore, but I have Mix Chicks Super Silk. I just don't like how thick it is and how I feel it on my hair. I'm a very minimalistic type of person, so I don't like a lot of products or residue, I should say, on my hair. So if I feel it, I'm not gonna like it. So the next is tools. So I have to have a scalp brush. This is actually my newer one. I have to have the scalp brush. I have a PIC wide tooth comb, little bitty clips for keeping your hair back to make life so much easier. I'm going to share with you real quick because if you've seen my detangling video, you will have already seen this tool. But my battery operated detangler, it's actually not bad at all. I definitely love this. I don't have my other detangler in the room with me because again, it's in my toiletry bag from my trip that I just got back from yesterday. This and the Tangle Teaser I both ordered off of Amazon for pretty cheap. But this actually works really good. If you haven't seen that video, link it down below. Another tool that I have and don't use that often is this new blow dryer that has the brush. Not 100% sold on it, only because the bristles are very, they bend, but they rip a little bit. They do tug a little bit on my hair, and I don't like that. But I do keep it, and I only use it maybe once or twice a year. I have the Handy Dandy Curling Iron, again, once or twice a year. That's with Remington. I've had that for years, and I actually believe I stole that from my mom. So, Mom, if you're watching, I do apologize. I'll buy you a new one. But I have my Handy Dandy Straightener. Again, maybe gets used once or twice a year, but I did want to invest in a good one that had the plates that protect my hair rather than burn it. So I did spend a little bit of money on this. This is a Remington as well. But what I like about this is that it's narrow, so it kind of forces me to choose smaller sections. But it gives me salon quality, which I like. And I want to say I got this from Ulta on sale. Still expensive for Ulta, but it was on sale. The next is my blow dryer, and I actually had to switch to one like this. I decided to go with a salon quality as well. This is the Good Hair Sense Hot Tools. Again, I got this from Ulta. I'm not sure if it's still something that's in the product line, because this was quite a few years ago. It does have attachments. I don't use them. I usually use this to diffuse, but if you've seen that video, you see that I don't use the diffuser. One, because it keeps falling off, and two, because I just like to shake my head to where it naturally falls more of a natural way. But what I like about this is that it has so many settings to choose from. And one thing that I found over the years of doing many, I'm gonna talk right now. After doing so much research, is that curly hair is always thought to be really thick hair. It is thick. Yes, my hair is super thick. You're not going to get your hands through that or fingers through that when it is curly. It's just not going to happen. However, when you take an individual strand of hair, it's actually very fine. So when you see coarse hair, don't do coarse. That's really hot. That's so hot. Don't do that. But it has options of low, medium, high, and high. And then on the other side, it says fragile, very fine, thin, textured, and coarse. That's false. Do not follow the other side. Go based off of the medium, whatever settings. I usually only ever use medium and medium low. Medium low is the main one I use, and then at the very end, medium, just to really blast it to make sure it's dry. And then I let it air dry the rest of the way, no matter how wet it is. But that's for thin hair. My hair strand is super thin, so I don't want to go any hotter than that. So that's all of my tools. Now I do have a couple random things that I do keep only because you never know when you're going to need them. So one of the things that I bought over the years because of trying to do the protein treatment, this really comes in handy because I am not going to buy a hooded dryer with a single income that I have. So this here was a nice alternative. It's one of those caps that you attach to your blow dryer, and because I've used it so often, I actually have to put a rubber band on the end. So this is kind of janky too, so I'm not going to do a close up with that. Some other things that I've bought are the flexi rods. I have those. I don't do them very often, but every now and then I do feel like I want to do a flexi rod set. I have perm rods. I mostly use those for my twists when I do those, or braids. And then something else that I had bought quite a while back, and it actually lasts a long time, are oh, you can't see that, but it's the disposable caps. I just have them because it makes life a little bit easier, but if I didn't have them, then just a normal shopping bag would do just fine. But those are all my products that I keep, and you have seen just within the most recent styling videos of me using Curls Creme Brulee and Twist and Shout products, and those are in my toiletry bag. But those have been what I use on a regular basis. That pretty much sums everything up. I also have my lightweight spray that I was using for my son. That's missing out of what's here, but that's what I use as well. And other than that, it's just conditioner water. But that's my product line, and that's how I've been able to reduce what's underneath my sink. I actually had to clear out quite a few products because I had boxes worth of products that were just sitting there underneath my sink that I was not using. But what's a trick with natural curly hair is to try products. Try what works. You don't know what your hair likes until you try it. Don't be afraid of trying new products, new product lines or whatever. And don't think that because you don't have curly hair, that you're not able to use the natural hair products. They're not just specifically meant for ethnic hair. As actually some conversation I was having with my sister-in-law this weekend, that no, it's meant for if you have curly hair, you're able to use the products. It just may depend on how you use the products, how much you use, etc. I'm not saying use grease or anything like that, because I don't use grease even, but read your research. If it's something that you think that'll benefit your hair, definitely try it out. You never know until you try it. So I do hope this video was helpful. I do hope that you liked this video. If you did, I wish you would hit that big thumbs up. Please leave me a comment down below of what you thought. As well, if you want to continue seeing my content, which I sure hope you do, because I am adorable, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified on when I upload anything new, just hit that notification bell. Well, I am going to see you later. I am going to enjoy my family for this weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Hope I did good. Bye.